Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Piper Harlow Show. We have an amazing lineup for you today. We have, for the first time ever, a live performance of Amanda Holley, who's going to be singing her hit song, Ride or Die. I have Jenn Lederer, who's a comedian in not such a traditional way, so you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for this. And we also have the amazing Ciara, who's the model and also owner of Tenacity Models and co-host of the T-Money Joint podcast. So stay tuned for a great show. I am here with the amazingly talented Jenn Lederer. Thank you, Jenn, so much for being here. She is comedian extraordinaire and storyteller, entrepreneur.
Oh, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, let's go with that.
I've had the pleasure of actually working with Jenn when we did a show together about the last month of Marilyn Monroe's life. And ironically, we're both wearing red lipstick today, which was not planned. So
we just have embodied Marilyn ever since that moment.
She's here in the moment.
You committed to the blonde way more than I did, though.
That is true.
Yeah.
So Jenn, tell me about your life as a comedian. How did you get started? Mm-hmm. And I feel like you've taken this to a whole other level. And I'm so inspired. So just I'm going to be quiet. I want you to tell everybody.
Okay. I mean, my experience with comedy was very much comedy called me. Like, comedy asked me to come into it by way of my intuition, which we can get into that if you want. But I really intentionally have come into the world of comedy differently than maybe some others because I decided to put myself in a position of power right from the beginning, producing my own shows, making sure I was the one deciding when I get on stage, how long I have on stage, building my own community, building my following. Mm-hmm. And it's something that I encourage artists to do. Before I was a comedian, I was a talent manager.
Okay.
So I was managing artists and looking at the ways that the industry really doesn't care about the artist.
Right.
It's the artist's job to care about the artist.
Yes.
So when I decided to come back to the stage, it was from that point of view of how do I take care of myself so that I don't feel like I am giving everything to an industry that really doesn't care about me. And nor should it, by the way. We shouldn't be expecting any industry to care for us the way that we should be caring for us.
Yes.
And I would say that's maybe a different perspective than some comedians have. A lot of the comedians I know are more than happy to give their all, and bleed for the craft, as we say. Mm-hmm. And I'll nick myself for the craft. But I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to get good sleep. I'm going to take care of myself. And so there's a way in which my career has unfolded slowly, more slowly than maybe some others. And I have had to have many a conversation with my ego to be okay with that, to be okay with prioritizing self-care over like a really fast growth.
Yeah, I remember years ago, that was a lot of what you were talking about and teaching was being your authentic self and dealing with all of that.
And I still talk about it. And being in comedy, watching the themes that come up in my writing and learning about myself through writing, it just keeps coming back to that conversation.
Your morning words.
Yes, my breakfast words.
Breakfast words.
Yes, yes. And that was an iteration from Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way.
Okay.
It's a book that she talks about morning pages. And so I kind of made morning pages into breakfast words for myself.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And Jenn, your career right now as a comedian has taken you far places.
Yeah.
You travel all around the world. So tell me, how it's important to also stay connected to your muse and what your muse means to you.
Okay, so the muse, the way that I see it, is your creative energy. That little whisper that says, go to that painting class, go start pottery, get back into dance, try comedy, right? All of these things that may seem random and may seem like, well, what is the point of that? The point for the muse is to be expressed. The muse doesn't care about the bottom line. It doesn't care about productivity. It doesn't care about capitalism. The muse wants to be expressed. And I went to an intuitive painting class in 2018.
Oh, that sounds...
Okay, so it was February 2018. I was invited to this intuitive painting class. I did not want to go. They gave us one word before we started painting. The word was curiosity. And I ended up painting this owl-looking thing, like an owl who just came back from an ayahuasca trip type thing.
Okay.
Yeah, go with it. And after I signed my J in the corner, I heard the words, "Start comedy now." And I had been threatening to start comedy for like 2 years. People were like, what's next for Jenn? What are you doing?
You just got
I painted an owl and I heard those words and I followed it.
And that was it.
That's the muse. And so if you're like, that sounds insane, correct. Okay? The muse is not making any common sense. You have to really be willing to trust the things that don't necessarily make sense. And to me, that's where an artist's soul can really start to be
I believe
seen.
in that. Like, you really have to pay attention to the signs.
Yeah.
They're all around you.
Yes.
It's whether you're seeing it.
And it's whether or not you see it as, oh, just another coincidence, just another random thing that happened, or are you really saying, no, this is magic. This is the messages that are coming for me. And if I'm willing to follow them, some really amazing things could start happening. And that's been my experience coming in to comedy. And comedy was the one thing I swore I would never do.
Never say never.
Doth
because every
protest.
time-
I should have known. I was like, never. I'm a masochist enough to get into point shoes, but I will never do stand-up comedy. And now,
And here you are.
here I am.
Oh my gosh. Well, I want to talk more about storytelling.
Okay.
Because you also help entrepreneurs in their businesses through storytelling. And ironically, this week, I'm in my in grad school getting my MBA,
Okay.
and organizational behavior is what I'm taking right now. And we watched a video, a TED Talk by a girl named Catherine Courage. I don't know if that was intentional, but that's her name.
Okay.
And it's about storytelling and how storytelling makes people in business environments talk.
Yeah.
And when you talk, you become creative, and therefore you can innovate.
That's right.
So can you talk about how you use storytelling to help entrepreneurs in their businesses?
Absolutely. Storytelling is where, again, it's a tool to get to know yourself. So oftentimes entrepreneurs are saying, how can I stand out? How can I differentiate myself? And they try to come at it from an external point of view of, maybe I just need a different business model, which maybe you do. But the stories that you have lived are the things that no one else can take.
Yes.
No one else has had the exact experience that you've had. So if you can start to integrate that into your business model, into your taglines, into the name of your business, it becomes something that no one else can take from you because it is innately yours and you've lived it. And there's a confidence that comes from that people feel. And when you're talking about storytelling helps people talk, so does the truth. You know, when people feel that you are speaking
It's
the truth.
authentic.
And I think that's what people vibe with comedians about. You know, we get on stage and better or worse, you're learning about us. And we're not motivational speaking of we have figured it all out. It's very much like, here's where I am a mess. Do you relate? And it's like, yeah, I do relate. And there's a permission to not be perfect. And
Yes.
so oftentimes authentic storytelling is that. It's a permission of you don't have to know everything, but if you're willing to be in this present moment, we could really do a lot.
I love that. Where can people follow you?
I am at Jenn Lederer on all of the socials, and jennlederer.com is my website.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Any last words, especially of inspiration to maybe somebody who wants to get started in comedy, might be fearful?
Oh yeah, fear is the other side of excitement. So if you can start to identify fear as just an experience in your body, and it's not going to take you down, you can feel the fear and do it anyway. Don't wait for the fear to subside in order to take action. Take action and the fear will subside.
I'm just going to stop there because that was the perfect ending.
Great.
Jen,
thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Everybody, stay tuned. We will be right back with Ciara Ross.
Diamonds and watches and coins we buy. Need extra cash? Then give us a try. You'll get the most money, and that's not a lie. We're in East Brunswick, so come and say hi.
Call National Estate Jewelry Buyers at 732-257-4653 or visit us online at www.toppricesforgold.com.
Diamonds and watches and coins we buy. Need extra cash? Then give us a try. You'll get the most money, and that's not a lie. We're in East Brunswick, so come and say hi.
I am here with the amazing Miss Ciara Ross, aka C.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, how you doing?
Good.
And
Nice
this
to see you.
outfit, can we talk about it? This is the most amazing outfit I've had on my set so far, and I am very jealous, but I'm throwing the positivity your way.
I love it. Well, let's talk about it. This outfit is a two-piece pantsuit, and it is designed and created by Miss Camario Chris, and she is out of Houston, Texas.
Oh,
Yes, so she is part of the Tenacity
okay.
Models design team.
Yes.
But we'll get into all
We
of
will
that.
get into
But
that
yes,
later.
this outfit was specially made for this show
It is-
today.
oh, that's amazing. I love that. So we met, I had the pleasure of meeting you when I was the guest on your podcast.
Yes, ma'am.
The T-Money podcast joint.
Yes, featuring Ciara Ross.
Yes. So tell me about this. How did this come about? You know, you and T doing this podcast together.
Okay,
And
so-
it's on hip hop, and yes, I was on it because I listen to hip hop all the time.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? You got your card, you got your pass.
Thank you.
Actually, T-Money reached out to me a few years ago. This was actually before COVID.
Okay.
And he was like, listen, I know that you are, I don't know if they even say VJs anymore, but you're dope. You're like the ultimate interview lady. You're dope. We see you on red carpets, doing interviews, things like that. And I want you to be on the team. I said, okay, no problem. You know, we could discuss it.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, I was like, are you sure? It's like, this MTV Raps. Like, this is MTV Raps, back in the day. And I said, you know what? I'm up for the challenge. So it's just been amazing since. I'm learning a lot because some people are fairly older, and that's okay. Some are our guests. So sometimes, it is 50 years of hip hop. I'm not 50. So I'm learning some things,
Right.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But I'm having the pleasure of paying homage to all our guests. Like I said,
you have
including
amazing
yourself.
guests. Aw, thank you.
Because we had an amazing conversation. You was like, girl, how'd you know?
I was very impressed with your research skills.
Yes, that's what I do.
Absolutely. It's also because you're a Jersey girl, so
All day.
That's it.
That's what we do. That's what we do. We make a way.
Yes,
So, and we're very
yes.
tenacious. So yeah.
And you also have a really extraordinary career as a model.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
tell me
ma'am.
about that.
Woo, I don't even know where to start. So, I like to say I'm a retired model. Let me definitely say that because it is a lot of work. I know today's society kind of makes things look cookie cutter, but it's not. So for me, I've had the pleasure of having a 5-city billboard spread. I've also had a
Wow.
billboard in Times Square, California, Atlanta.
I remember when I was doing this show, you're like, I gotta go, I got a modeling gig.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here. So that actually, I was, I had the pleasure of modeling for Miss April Walker.
Wow.
Now this lady is like the hip hop
Yes.
guru. I mean, if you don't know her, shame on you. She's just like Aaliyah, Tupac. She did all of the like 90s and still current today. And that was a Walk This Way fashion show in conjunction with a Hip Hop Closet.
Yes.
So
Actually, Kaisha Kelly was on the show.
come on,
Yes.
come on. Love it. So yes, that and Kaisha is amazing as well.
Yes, she is.
It's just beautiful, and I'm glad that these ladies welcomed me into what their dreams, their fashion, and said, "Yes, you're dope. You're dope as a model, and you're dope for everything that you stand for. Please, we would love for you to walk." So
That's
I'm always very humble and in tears when I know how hard someone's worked, and I'm just going, my name. Wow.
Speaking about working hard, you also have your own agency, Tenacity Models.
Yes, I do.
And it's more than just modeling.
Yes.
Yeah, talk to the audience about that.
Okay. So I just want to clarify some things. It's called Tenacity Models, and it's not a modeling agency. It's more so a mentorship program. So it's the epitome of poised elegance, where we strive for life skills, mentoring through fashion. So
Have to have the fashion.
Of course. And we have young girls that would like to model. So when we're doing our model workshops and things like that, we're teaching them the fundamentals, but also the fundamentals of femininity, because that has gone away. We also teach dining etiquette. We have a tea party coming up.
They did that for my sorority.
Yes.
We had to take those
It's
classes.
important.
Yes.
You need to know which fork to pick up, things like that.
So is this part of being former Miss New Jersey?
Congeniality.
Yes.
Kinda, I guess. Plus, what I've noticed is a lot of important traditions are gone.
I agree with that, and I feel like I'm going to get in trouble if I say it, but I'm very much, yes, I'm an entrepreneur and an actress and an entertainer, but I'm still a very traditional woman at heart in my relationships and in my family.
Yes, like manners are so important.
So important.
And not for nothing.
We need to get them back because a lot of people, this could be a whole other conversation.
And that's why Tenacity Models was created, because I'm like, you know what? This is for everyone. It's not just to model. And to be frank, honestly, there's too many people out here that look fabulous but are funky. And I'm like, okay, something happens. It's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You need peanut butter, jelly, and some bread to complete it. So you can look fabulous, but you need some soap and some water, and a little deodorant too.
Yes.
So
deodorant too.
It's a lot. So with that being said, when I entered the modeling scene, I realized that you don't have a place to go if you're not connected to an agency. So I just said, if the girl doesn't feel like she meets the standards, where can she go and she don't feel alone?
Right.
And then I started to meet so many different people along the way that I said, okay, you know what? Women like yourself and myself, we would be femoirs, which are female mentors. Mm-hmm. And when I meet a young lady who, let's just say, I don't know, she wants to be either a lawyer or an actress or a ballerina or anything, I know someone in this network to where that I can connect her and they'll be honest. And wherever they are in the world, so let's say, for instance, if she's in, I don't know, Wichita, and she's like, I really want to come to New York City, but her parents or she's scared and they won't allow her to come. It's okay. She's a part of Tenacity Models.
I love it.
It's more of a safety net of you going along with your dreams and you're not alone.
That is so important. Sign me up. I'm there to help.
Girl, come on through. Our femoir. We want you. We want good, tenacious women that are passionate about just giving back and doing different things.
So can you just tell everybody where they can find you, where they can go for Tenacity Models if they are interested? Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be tenacitymodels.com. And if you would like to find me, we're everywhere. You can go Google. We're on Google, social media. All the social media is Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that great stuff. Y'all know about that. And if you want to find me, I try not to be found. To be perfectly honest, but check your platform, check of the podcast. You can check some type of red carpets, the events. I'm outside.
Okay. We will find you there.
Yes, ma'am. But go to Tenacity Models,
all
everybody.
Right. Well, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to hanging out again with you soon.
Absolutely, you better. I hope you have.
Now that you're back in Jersey.
Runway.
We're going to do it.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Everybody stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Bye.
Diamonds and watches and coins we buy. Need extra cash, then give us a try. You'll get the most money, and that's not a lie. We're in East Brunswick, so come and say hi.
Call National Estate Jewelry Buyers at 732-257-4653 or visit us online at www.toppricesforgold.com.
Diamonds and watches and coins we buy. Need extra cash, then give us a try. You'll get the most money, and that's not a lie. We're in East Brunswick, so come and say hi.
And now, get ready for a special performance by Sony Orchard recording artist Amanda Holley as she sings her song, Ride or Die.
Every time I ride, let's do it back. Do it all for you, boy. For you, boy. Every time I ride or die, do it die. Do it all for you, boy. For you, boy. Shotgun, shotgun. I'll be riding shotgun. I'll be riding shotgun. Yeah, I'll be riding with my man. I'll be riding shotgun. how I feel. Hooked on you, boy. No lie. Hooked on you, boy. Every time I see you, boy, you got my heart racing here to here and you know. And all the curves and ups and downs, everything deeper. Baby, let's go. I do it all for you, boy. Every time you try, I do it all for you, boy. I'll be ready, shotgun. I'll be ready, shotgun. Yeah, I'll be ready, shotgun with my man. Shotgun. Yeah, I'll be ready, shotgun. Yeah, I'll be ready. Ooh, baby, I'm riding for my baby, but I'm shotgun for my baby. Anywhere you wanna go, alright, I'll be ready. I do it all for you. I do it all for you. Love you.
Amanda, that was absolutely amazing. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry, I'm mesmerized by what I just saw.
Thank you.
That's the first time I've ever had somebody sing live on the show.
Oh, dope. So we christened it.
Yes.
Okay, dope. I feel so honored to be a part of the kickoff.
Yeah, so I'm excited for everybody to get to learn more about you. You have such an extraordinary story. You are a girl from Newark, right? Jersey
Born in
girl.
Newark.
Yes. You have a 5-octave vocal range, and you're also self-taught in piano and violin.
Yeah.
Right?
So violin since 2.5. Voice was my first instrument, which I think we kind of talked about, love for
Yeah.
the voice, because it's the invisible instrument that you can carry with you everywhere, and it's free, right? It's pretty incredible. So voice was actually first. They say that, my family says that I sang before I spoke.
And your
then-
parents are musical, right?
So my parents were both musical. My mama is a concert cellist. She went to Manhattan
Wow.
School of Music, was one of 4 out of 5,000 people to go on a full scholarship. And my father actually wrote music for Sarah Vaughan, who was a tremendous, beautiful, legendary vocalist. His name is on the records. He sang and played guitar. And though he wasn't in my life, I just met my dad like 4 times.
Oh, wow.
His gift is something that I'm truly thankful for, to be able to write. And it's been an interesting, turbulent, crazy, but beautiful life. And music has been at the foundation of that.
So who are some of your musical aspirations?
Oh my gosh, I have so many favorite artists, favorite performers. I always kind of like really love to just delve in with the vocalists. I like anything from classic Whitney, Mariah, Aretha.
Yes.
Ella Fitzgerald, I think, is probably one of the single most great vocalists and musicians of all time. Billie Holiday.
Yes.
The
I
list goes
hear a lot,
on.
like when you were singing, I can definitely hear that you pulled from some different, musical inspirations.
I can definitely say that they had a big impact on me artistically and as a human being. And just with the songs, man, like the music that these artists created, the songs, the meaning behind them, and how they could actually have the power to transcend barriers and change lives.
Yes.
That to me was like number one. And I know that you must be a fan of like the Great American Songbook too.
Of course,
like,
absolutely,
the whole thing.
yes.
So, we got it, girl.
Absolutely. So you have a single called Press Play, and you collaborated with producers Corey Law and Rich Royce. So how is this creative process for you?
Oh my gosh. So every single song is like a different entity, or like a different, almost like a different world, right?
Yeah.
And they come to me in such magical ways. So Press Play was one where I had like started writing this, hearing this melody and lyric, and just needed something to set it to. And then I'm talking to Corey one day. So Corey was an XXL freshman class producer.
Okay.
Rich Royce is Grammy nominated engineer and producer. And the song, when Corey sent me the track that he had heard to go behind it, I was like, oh, this is perfect. And now that song is actually playing all over the world, which is just
Isn't that amazing?
really surreal.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So that was pretty crazy. Yeah.
And you are pre-Grammy nominated.
Yeah, so this year, actually, my song Ride or Die that I performed for you all today, and thank
Live
you for
here.
having me, was actually made it to the first round Grammy ballots. I was up for consideration for Best R&B Performance and Best R&B Song this year. So before charting, to have that was just so magical. It was such a great experience. I am a Recording Academy Grammy voting member now.
Wow.
Which is really special, especially because I'm such a music geek.
Yes.
So that was really cool. And that collaboration process, again, was like a whole universe. Like, that song was definitely heaven sent. My producer, Corey, brought it to me. We had Alicia Harris as a co-writer, and then the incredible legend Chico Bennett, who is multi-Grammy nominated, produced Destiny's Child, produced Taylor Swift, Madonna, and the list goes on. He actually produced the vocal on that.
Wow.
And we dug really deep with that song. It was a transformative experience in the vocal booth with that piece. So for it to actually end up on the Grammy ballot in that way, and just without even charting yet, although we are getting a lot of airplay, which has been really
Yes.
cool. It was just incredible moment. So I'm very, very excited and very thankful about that. Then my EP is actually the Holley Graphic EP, spelled like my name, Holley, Graphic EP. And we're actually dropping that one record at a time. And we have just been finishing up some of the singles from that piece, from my EP, one of which is with multi-Grammy winning, Oscar winning, Tony
What?
and Emmy award winning
What?
producer Robert L. Smith, who is my heart. And he brought in Adi Ashaya, who's the string arranger for Whitney, Aretha, toured with everyone you could think of, did 3 Prince albums. He's insane. And they brought live
I
streams
feel
into
like
Power
I'm
Station.
sitting here interviewing the legend right now.
I hope so. I just want to set the world on fire with music. Like, that's
You're
my
gonna do it.
love
You're
and my
gonna do
passion.
it.
That's what I'm here for.
And you have the most amazing manager.
He's incredible. My
Sorry.
manager, Ralph Cooper, hails from the Apollo Theater legacy.
Yes.
Came back from the film industry to save me and help me navigate the music industry. But he actually hosted the show as well as his father. His father founded Amateur Night, hosted it for 40 years. Ralph took over for him, produced it on NBC, and then got into film and television, discovered Ice-T, got on his deal, and he's a trailblazer.
This is crazy. This is amazing.
And as a Black, biracial, female artist, to have a team that's so diverse and been so impactful through history is insane. Like, his dad discovered Billie Holiday
Wow.
down the block at an Italian restaurant. Like, but you'll have to talk to him about that.
Okay.
Later. And the other singles, some of those that are coming are with Corey, but also a couple other producers of mine who are also multi-Grammy winning, multi-Grammy nominated. So we're excited, if you can't tell. And I'm done. Okay.
So where can people go to find you, to follow you, to hear your music?
Okay, so if y'all want to tune in to what's going on a day-to-day, I'm mostly active on Instagram at Listen to Amanda. I don't know if we can like spell that out or something, but
Yeah, that'll happen.
Listen to Amanda. I'm also starting to get on my TikTok, and I told
I know. I
told Ciara I'm too weird for y'all. Like, I ain't trying to, I need to keep that tucked in for a minute, but we'll start to show you more of the weirdness on TikTok. Amanda Holley Music, and listen to Amanda.com, and wherever. I'm Googling Amanda Holley.
We got it. Thank you so much for
Thank
taking the time to be
you.
here today, for just gifting us your voice and singing on the show today. I
Thank
so
you for
appreciate
having me.
you.
I love y'all.
Thank
Thank you.
What an amazing show we had today. Thank you, ladies, so much for being here. Everybody, I hope that you were very inspired at home, and who knows, maybe we're just going to start a little girl band right here. Going to have to tune in to see. But anyway, if you want to be on the show, please email bookings@thepiperharlowshow.com. And Jen, did you have a little something you wanted to say?
If you have not been to see live artists anytime soon, please go do that. We need our audience to support us, so over to you.
Awesome.
Stay tenacious.
Second that.
And always, everybody, be seen, be heard, and be fearless. Woohoo!